Whew, hey y'all, what's up? So it is Wednesday, October the 15th, 2025. It is now 6:51 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, and I am on my way to pick up some PF Chang's to get a little nourishment. The miso glazed salmon, some rice, and some veggies. And yeah, I'm on my way to get some food. I'm pushing the button because I've been getting beat in the head with throat chakra. Speak, you have to speak, you have to teach, you have to tell things, you have to be, whatever. Like, I have to express myself. I am so used to being quiet that it's like, I don't know what the fuck I'm supposed to say. What am I supposed to say? So, but at the same time, I try to be obedient. This is what I tell all my people, right? Like, just do it. Just do it. You know what I mean? Like, you want relief, you're feeling however you're feeling, you're going through whatever you're going through. Sometimes you just have to try new things. You have to do the things that work, or try all the different tools. If meditation isn't working today, then go do this, go do that. You know what I mean? Like, you have to do something. You know what I mean? Nothing happens unless you do something. Nothing is going to change unless you do something change worthy, unless you do something, right? So anywho, I guess I will just start with so I have been going through some, I guess, shamanic initiations, and it's as you continue on your journey of life, even if you're not, a shaman or a healer or, a spiritual practitioner, you don't have to even be into any of this shit, right? We are all living this life. We are all experiencing the same things, because at the end of the day, we're all one, right? We're all just divine reflections, one to another. I need more hats because this hat doesn't go with everything, but my hair looks crazy. We're all on this journey, right? So we're all experiencing different parts of the same types of journey. And as you continue on, as you build your skills, as you develop, right? It's just like child development, right? As you learn new things, you have to incorporate them, and then you have to learn new things. Like, you always have to be learning. That's why they always say the teacher is always the student. And I am learning that on a very deep level, that, the more developed I become, the more knowledge I turn into wisdom, the more I go back to being a student of some kind. And physically, it's been a lot, especially over the last year. If you've been following the journey, I've been dealing with a lot of health things, right? And doctors are not really giving me peace of mind, because they can't figure out what's going on, why numbers are the way they are, or whatever. Not to mention our bullshit healthcare system of insurance, and what insurance will cover and what insurance won't cover. Because I could get peace of mind if insurance would approve the tests that my doctors ask for. But that's not part of my journey. So part of the journey of being a shaman is, right, we have to go through it. So we actually are going through all this physical stuff, and for us to be forced to heal ourselves, right? So, as some of you probably know, I've been taking a medicinal herbalism class. So thankful. Shout out to Jean and Judy and C&J Farm out in Matthews County. so divine line that I ended up meeting her and ended up getting in this class like a month before it was set to start. I'm kind of sad because I graduate this month. Next weekend, actually, I graduate. And, you know, I've just learned so much, and it has really brought my practice and journey to a whole new level of being a student, you know, not just being a student in the class, but like at home in everyday life, you know. Now I have my own little apothecary, you know, I have quite a bit of herbs. It doesn't look as crazy as my deck library, but it's gonna get there because I just registered for the herbal site to purchase my own herbs, so I don't have to always go to all these different suppliers, even though I love my suppliers and I'll still support them and things like that. But I feel like I need to have my own, you know, account to, you know, ship my own stuff that I need. So anyway, I started finally decanting all these tinctures that we've made in class. They have been popping up. I've had to use them pretty much daily for the last few days since I have been, you know, as I'm being called to different ones. Nettle has become a really big one for me, which nettle is great for iron deficient anemia, which is like the prime thing that I've been dealing with since last year, being, you know, really anemic. And what else? So yeah, so this week, so the crazy thing is, okay, let's flash back. When I get in the chariot, when I get in the car, all the thoughts start coming. So, and like I said, I'm trying to be obedient, right? So today I pulled cards, and I was told to share my story. Start sharing your story. I've gotten this card before. I got the throat chakra card last night. I got the throat chakra card again today, but today it was in reverse. It's like, bitch, we told you start speaking. So I'm like, okay. So as I'm on my way to get my food, I'm gonna record this video and just whatever comes off the dome, right? So last year, in April, I did my first-ish mushroom journey. This was my first time doing raw mushrooms, and child, changed everything, okay? Things were revealed to me that I had suppressed, but also just like information on a global scale was shared to me. And so literally I feel like it's taken me a year to embody becoming. It's like once you have all this information, it's like, okay, you can't move the way you used to move. You can't do things the way you used to do them. And so it's taken about a year for me to incorporate this knowledge into my life. So I did the mushroom journey in April. It was for the solar eclipse. She's such a badass, because most people will not do work like that on an eclipse. Most people will tell you for an eclipse, just chill, just relax, just let whatever's about to happen, just let it happen. Nah, baby, we balls to the wall, okay? I got the opportunity to do the mushrooms. They came into my realm, so I was like, you know, that's what I'm supposed to do. And I had already been told probably a couple years ago that I come from a line of ancestry where shamanic work is like a real thing, but you really don't know what the hell that means until you're like kicked through the fucking rabbit hole, right? Through the rabbit hole, not down the rabbit hole, like through that bitch, right? And you are not going to come back the same. So yeah, so I did the mushroom journey, and then I went to therapy. I have been working with my therapist since 2017. He has seen me through separation, divorce, all kinds of stuff. Other stories for another time. So right after we had, like, we might have had we probably only had one appointment after my mushroom journey, and then my Medicare dropped. Like, they kicked me off of my Medicare. I didn't have Medicaid, I didn't have Medicare, I had no health insurance for like a year, until the end of last year. But by the time I got my insurance back, there was so much physical stuff going on that I needed to focus my money and my resources on the physical things that were happening, because I hadn't been seen. And with the different mental health diagnoses I have, like, not being seen at the doctor for like a year is like, will send me into a fucking spiral, because I'm highly sensitive, so I can feel everything. Not only that, I got kicked through the fucking shamanic gateway. You know what I'm saying? So I'm like, is this all like spiritual shit I'm feeling? Is this other people? Is this collective? What the fuck is happening? Am I dying? You know, obviously I'm not dead and I'm not dying. Well, probably figurative deaths, but I just saw a text message. Sorry, got distracted. So anyway, so I literally finally, probably about a month and a half ago, and it's okay, I can share this. I can't really share a lot of my dreams because I just can't, but I had a dream that I went to see my therapist. Like, not like in a therapy session, but I don't know, we saw each other in my dream. He came to me in a dream, and so I was like, damn, like, I really miss talking to my therapist, because he understands me on a very deep level mentally. And, you know, and he gets me on a spiritual level too. Like, he knows I'm real woo-woo, right? And I never felt judged, and he's actually very interested in, and it was almost like talking to a colleague all the time. So it's like, most people would not be able to understand like the shit that I'm talking about, and then he would be able to give me things that I can research to understand better what the fuck is going on, right? So anyway, I had a dream, he was in the dream, and I was like, you know what, I think I'm just gonna go up to the office one day just to say hi. Like, I just want to see him, because we were abruptly, you know, after however many years since 2017, we like abruptly ended our sessions. So it was just kind of like really it was very traumatizing for me, you know, but I made it through. Okay. So then I turned around, and like a week after I had this dream, mind you, this dream is documented. I document my dreams now. Okay. Because a Virgo's gonna keep a receipt, because if you can't prove it, nobody's gonna believe it, right? So like a week later, I get an email from him. He is moving. So I couldn't pay like old co-payments that I owed, where he was at. So that's why I never went back after I got my insurance back. So he was like, yeah, I'm leaving that practice. I'm going to another one. So he was like, if you are, you know, if you need me, that's where I'll be. I was like, thank you, God. Yes, I need fucking therapy, okay? A bitch is losing her mind. Also, remember, she has fibromyalgia, right? So this is all the trauma, all the mental health being shown through the body. I have literally been since April of last year. It is now October. I've been since April of last year with no Lyrica. I wasn't on mental health meds anymore because I was in regular therapy, and that was doing me well enough. So I ain't had no body medication because my doctor, my PCP, would not prescribe me. I've had fibromyalgia forever, would not prescribe me Lyrica, you know, and I didn't want to have to pay for it. It was just a whole thing, right? And so I finally got back in therapy with my therapist on Monday, and it was such a good session. It was very intense. It was a lot, because it was like unpacking all that has come to me, and I've been microdosing here and there since April of last year, just trying to help with, you know, the things that are still, you know, coming up. And, you know, the microdosing really just helps me release it out of the body little by little without it being too extreme. Not like a full-on journey, not like April of last year. I've had a couple of those since April of last year. But yeah, going back to therapy after, 18 months of raw dogging, as I told him, I was like, raw dog, no therapist, nobody to fucking talk to. No medication, just me, my herbs, meditation, my cards, my journaling, walking, you know what I'm saying, exercise when I can, like just doing everything I know to do. But sometimes when you're the person, you can't even grasp new tools. And so I'm so thankful to be back in therapy. And the crazy thing was, before he reached out to me, and before I had the dream, he had introduced me to internal family systems. And he also, put me on to the Body Keeps the Score when we first started back in 2017. So just being with a professional that can like point me in the direction of like techniques that can assist. And of course, everything that I, go through and works for me, I share with people that I work with. I share it with the people that I work with. So was really excited. It was a lot of inner child, and I was so proud of myself because I was also diagnosed with a dissociative disorder. And in the past, like, I would have dissociated in that session, and I didn't. I was very in my body. I allowed myself to do what I needed to do, rock back and forth, cry, like all the physical manifestations of unpacking the last 18 months with my therapist. I was just so proud that I was able to do it, because it was difficult, and it was almost like I couldn't breathe. There were moments where it was like I was borderline hyperventilating, because it's like, where do you start? Like, what wants to come up? And I just think I did it so beautifully, and I'm just super proud of myself. So then when I got home Monday after therapy, I ended up, my sciatica started acting up, which sometimes when there's a lot of emotional release, you can feel good mentally, but the body, it's like the body catches up. So I did have to take some muscle relaxers Monday, because my back was like really killing me. Tuesday, yesterday, it was still a little Today I feel like pretty normal, but then today was like all this deeper work. So now it's like, okay, we're going down the rabbit hole. Inner child stuff came up again, where I ended up spending time with my inner child because I'm being obedient, because that's what I was told to do. And I did something I hadn't done in a long time, which was color in my coloring book. And because the card that I pulled, it said, what is something you used to do as a child that you could do for hours? And I had just recently cleaned out my closet, found some old coloring books, and dug through some stuff today and found some crayons. Couldn't find colored pencils, which was what I was looking for. But then it was like, when I saw the crayons, I was like, that was a message in itself. So opened the crayon box, and probably, for hours I colored. And what I used to also love to do is listen to documentaries or like educational TV. Daughter of a teacher, right? We didn't have cable growing up, so we had like PBS. So I used to love like watching like the educational stuff on PBS, and like History Channel once I got older and stuff like that. So yeah, I watched Gaia TV, which is an app which is all like spiritual healing. It's all kinds of like woo-woo stuff, if you know, you know. And so I just watched documentaries on Gaia while I colored, and it just felt so good. So yeah, that was my day. That's sharing a little bit of my story. being obedient, doing what I was told to do. See, I colored, I spent time with my inner child. The only thing that I can think of off the top of my head that I was told to do today that I haven't done yet, but it's not too late, is do some grounding. So I probably will do some grounding outside. Of course, I took some herbs today, what herbs were calling to me. I did take some ginseng today. Shout out to Realistic Holistic. Had that ginseng on deck and put those in capsules for me. So got some ginseng yesterday. I got some, I call it mucuna. I don't know how everybody else says it, but mucuna, he put that in capsules for me, and got motherwort. Motherwort was what I was going to look for, but then before I went, I pulled some herb cards, and the herbs that came out were ginseng and mucuna. And so I was very happy that he had both. So I got motherwort, ginseng, and mucuna, and some new herbal toothpaste because I was out of the herbal toothpaste, and I don't like regular old toothpaste. I know, she's so bougie. Anyway, I'm going in here to get my food. I hope that was enough. I don't know, maybe I'll come back and do part 2 on the way back home, whatever message comes to me. I don't know. Peace, y'all. Righty then. Okay, so it is now 7:15. Ran in there and grabbed my food. Okay, got my, what is this? Oh, this is my salmon, I think. No mushrooms. I didn't say I didn't want no mushrooms. I wanted my mushrooms. God damn it. Fuck. Who said that? Fuck, that was my mistake. God damn it. That sucks. And I got a free piece of cheesecake because today was the last day to use my birthday reward. What is this? Oh, this is the kids meal. I decided to try a little kids meal. And then my son got the big ass fried rice. All right, where's my egg roll? My spring roll. Where the spring roll? Spring roll 1. Is it in the container? I cannot believe I did that. There is no spring roll, people. What the fuck? I'm really pissed about my mushrooms, y'all. Really pissed. Nah, they need to give me that. Let me open this one up just to make sure, because I want my fucking spring roll. I'm like really upset about not having a fucking spring roll. Just hold on. And we're back, guys. All right, so got my little egg roll, spring roll, not egg roll. We don't do that pork. We don't do that pork. Every now and then I might have a piece of pepperoni on a pizza. Hey, don't shoot me. Okay. So yeah, I wanted my egg roll, especially because I don't have no mushrooms on my food. Hot and fresh. Hot and fresh. Yeah, so we got the piece of salmon, some white rice, and some broccoli. Just a little something something. Got my cheesecake with some little fruit on the side. I got some strawberries at home too, to add to the fun. And then I decided to try this kids it's teriyaki beef with a little broccoli, and it's got some fruit in there too. So yeah, we'll do that. And then my son, he likes the combination fried rice, and usually I will get the combination fried rice, and that way I can get a little taste, but he eats the majority of it. But this time it's all his. I'm not gonna swipe her, no swiping. I'm not gonna swipe nothing. So let's pack everything back up. And Jesus, as of this particular moment, I don't really have anything to say. So yeah, I'm just gonna pack this food up. I'm gonna turn the camera off. I do need to check back. I wanted to check on someone. So I might get on the phone, have a little phone call before they have a big day tomorrow. And well, we're gonna finish this real quick. I'm worried about finishing this and I don't have nothing to drink. Nothing to drink. It's a little spicy. It's a little spicy. Do we have anything? Oh, I do have some Native Soul Bar Home by the Sea juice at home. Cool. I was trying to figure out if I should stop and get something to drink, but I got something to drink. So yeah, lights out, car in reverse. I think I burnt the roof of my mouth a little bit. I'll be waiting for that piece of skin to be flapping shortly. Yeah. All right, guys. Thanks for tuning in to the Embodied podcast. Embody. A space to be in your body, to inhabit your body. All right, I'm out. Well, I guess what I just recorded is my first episode of the Embodied podcast with the Team of Faith. Y'all stay on me. I'm going to have to keep it going. Not going to do too much editing, because if I get stuck in editing phase, you'll never see it. So we're just going to put it out there. We're going to throw our little label on there and out to the masses. So anyway, yeah, welcome. I don't know. Nobody knows where it's going to go. I push the button and let it flow. Welcome to the Embodied Podcast.